Hey, Dick.
Brian?
You wouldn't have come if I just asked you to. Sit down, pal. Come on, don't be an asshole, Decker. I've got 4 skin jobs walking the streets. They jumped the shuttle off-world, killed the crew and passengers. We found the shuttle drifting off the coast 2 weeks ago, so we know they're around.
Embarrassing.
No, sir, not embarrassing, because no one's ever going to find out they're down here. And you're going to spot them, and you're going to air them out.
I don't work here anymore. Give it to Holden. He's good.
I did. You can breathe okay, as long as nobody unplugs him. It's not good enough. Not good as you. I need you, Dex. This is a battle. The worst yet. I need the old Blade Runner. I need your magic.
He's quitting when I come in here, Brian. I'm twice as quick now.
Stop right where you are. You know the score, pal. You're not cop, you're little people.
No choice, huh?
No choice, pal.
What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another film review. Blade Runner. So Blade Runner I had heard about for years. So much controversy because the film and how it was done, and Ridley Scott didn't like this, and there was issues with Harrison Ford on the set with making the movie, that he had issues with Sean Young, and Sean Young was difficult, and trying to get the film done. There was just so much drama behind the scenes with this movie. It was just a production problem from the beginning to the end. And then there's multiple versions of the film. And then it's considered a cult classic, and it set the tone for a lot of things moving forward. So I can't speak too much on the history, but what I can say is Blade Runner set the trend for a lot of animes. I will say that. Before Blade Runner, there wasn't a lot of animes who had the way the city looked, like it was this neo-gothic type punk, like digitalized type environment. And Blade Runner kind of was the first thing that came out that set the tone for a lot of animes moving forward, because movies didn't follow the creed, but the Japanese did. Not only did they do it in anime movies, but they also did it in a couple shows and their mangas too. And to this day, it still gets utilized to some degree, depending on what the topic of the manga is. It's pretty cool, gotta say. So the film deals with Deckard, Harrison Ford, and he's a retired Blade Runner. A couple of replicants, pretty much robots who look like humans but they're not. They escape a planet they're not supposed to. They kill a bunch of people and they're running loose. So now I guess you could say the powers that be don't want the public getting wind of what's going on, because how they strongly feel about replicants and this whole yada yada politics, and they asked Deckard to come out of retirement and take care of the problem, which he doesn't want to, but then it seems like he gets strong-armed and he ends up doing it. For the most part, what I got from the film is it's just a detective hunting down replicants and trying to take them out. And he does so very well. But at the same time, we see that the replicants, they're not totally bad. And they just want to be left alone and they just want to live their life and just live in peace. At least some of them. Whereas other ones, they just automatically, they are on attack mode, defense mode on attack, because they feel that they're going to be destroyed and they don't want to be destroyed. As far as the music is kind of the 80s, kind of like Terminator vibe, so it was alright. Rating for the movie is a 10 out of 10. It's a classic. And the reason why I would say so is because even though at first, the first time I watched the film, I fell asleep, but as I watched it the second time around when I was alert, I realized, seeing so many things in the film, that shoot, if it wasn't for Blade Runner, I wouldn't have like some of the animes that I watch. You know, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, Hellsing to an extent, Neon Genesis Evangelion. And that's just naming some. There's plenty of others. Oh, Akira. Fist of the North Star. Blade Runner set the tone for where these things could happen. So it's gotta be given respect, whether the film did well at the box office or not, in regards to the drama behind the scenes. For the most part, it's very straightforward. I thought it was great. It wasn't anything I didn't like. It didn't drag, and it's not your it wasn't your typical type of sci-fi movie when it was released. Definitely, it didn't fit in with anything that came out, and I think a lot of people had a hard time comprehending it and understanding it. It was ahead of its time, and to this day, the whole situation with the replicants, the robots, and how they act, that gets utilized into video games to this day, certain aspects of it, and of course anime. Not too much in movies though, because it's kind of like, you know, once you've done it and people caught on to it, it's not so easy to get away with it like the second or third time. There's not a lot of action. There are some little blips, but it's not a lot of action in the film. It's more so of a drama, a crime thriller, noir type thing, but it's good nonetheless. Wasn't anything I didn't like, and it didn't drag. Had a lot of dialogue, and at the end of the day, it is a science fiction film, and it is a film that just, you know, you kind of have to pay attention to get it. You can't just be kind of like on your phone or doing something else. Like, if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss it. And you might need to watch the film a couple times just to make sure you caught everything. I mean, I caught everything on the second time because I was fully alert. But I could see how some people had a difficulty with this film to a degree. Nevertheless, it's still a good film. So, yeah. I look forward to do my review for the second one at some point. Because that was, you know, a lot of people waited for that too. So that means that I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.